Hey friends, Mr. Bond again, now in my kitchen. It is Tuesday on Earth Week, Earth Day being tomorrow, and I thought for Earth Week we would be spending time outside. I thought we'd be going for walks in the paths, going and checking out stuff in the backyard, looking for animals and that sort of stuff, but it's snowing. It's snowing, and it's in April. It's almost till May, and it's still snowing. So, we're not heading outside today, but that's okay. Hopefully tomorrow, maybe the next day, I'm not sure. We'll go outside when we can, when it makes sense. But today, we're gonna do something a little bit different, okay? So yesterday we talked about this being Earth Week. So we're gonna talk all about stuff that is all about our planet, all about where we live, all about nature and animals and plants and that sort of stuff, okay? And yesterday we went on Google Earth and we took a look at all kinds of different cool places you could go on the planet, on Earth, all kinds of different spots. And we looked at cherry blossoms all around the world and different places you could go look, okay? So hopefully you got to do a lot of stuff like that. That would be really cool if you did. There were lots of neat things to see. But today, we're doing something a little bit different. Does anybody remember what that is? We have one of those in our class. You're right, it's a recycle bin. And this symbol right here, the little arrows going in a circle, that means, yeah, you can recycle something. You can recycle it. Now, what does recycling actually mean? That means you take something like this and you can use it again. Okay? So, a pop can like this that's made of aluminum, that's made of this metal, if you put this in the recycle bin, it goes to a little factory and they melt them all down and make new pop cans out of them. That means you can keep using them again and again and again and again and again. Just like this little symbol. Arrows going again, again, and again, and again, and again. You can keep using it and keep using it and keep using it. Okay? So, that's one of the important things to do if we want to look after our Earth. Instead of having to make new cans every single time and digging up new stuff, we can just keep using the ones that we already have and using them again and again, okay? So our recycling is really important. Now, I went into my recycle bin and I pulled out a whole bunch of different stuff to take a look at, okay? Now, this one right here, these pop cans, it doesn't have the symbol on top, but it actually says recyclable. I'm gonna see if you can see that. I'm gonna take it up close. See if you can see that right. Ooh, too close. Right there. It says recyclable, right there. So if you see that word on there, recyclable, then you know you can use it again and again. And you can put it in the recycle bin and they'll take it and make a new one out of it. Okay? So, that's how you know the cans are recyclable. Little plastic containers like this, you need to look for the actual arrows on it. And actually you can see right there, you can see right there, that has a little 1 on it. And those numbers mean the type of plastic they are. Sometimes you can't recycle some things that have different numbers on them, depends on where you live and where they can take them, okay? And things like our cardboard boxes, well, look at the bottom. That has a recycle symbol on it too. So you know those are recyclable as well. And all of our newspapers and all of our ads and stuff, even if it doesn't have a little recycle symbol on it, you can still recycle all this stuff, okay? And the last one I have here is this little chip can, this little Pringles can. Now if we look at the top, it doesn't have any recycle symbol on it. And if we look on the actual can itself, it doesn't have a recycle symbol on it, okay? So for something like that, I'm really curious, can I recycle it? I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to go and figure it out. I'm gonna have to go on the Hanover website and take a look and see what sort of things they take to recycle. And hopefully they'll take this, because it is made out of cardboard and metal and plastic. So all those things should be recyclable, but they may have put metal foil on it, they may have put too much decoration and stuff on it, maybe it isn't, I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that one out, okay? But I thought I've got all these recyclable things here, and I'm sure you have lots of recyclable things at home too. Hopefully you have a recycle bin where you put them all, so you can put them out every couple of weeks. I've got a couple of recycle bins in my kitchen, so whenever I see something that's recyclable, instead of throwing it in the garbage, right into the recycle bin instead. And I went through the recycle bin this morning and pulled out a whole bunch of different stuff, okay? And there's lots of things that you can do with them, but I remember Miss Mick's class earlier in the year did something really, really cool. They made recycle robots, and they were awesome. Some of them were huge. Some of them were bigger than the kids that made them, which I thought was really awesome. So what I'm gonna do today with my recyclable stuff is I'm going to make a new creation. I'm gonna make something neat. And I'm gonna try and make some sort of robot with all my recyclable materials, okay? So, I've got all my stuff in the recycle bin. I've got some tape. I grabbed 3 different kinds of tape. Glue might work, but tape's probably gonna be better if you have it. And some scissors, because I'm gonna need some scissors maybe to cut stuff or cut my tape maybe. You might need a little bit of help from mom and dad on this one, but a lot of the stuff you can pull out and just try and fit together and see how it all works, okay? So I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna use, let's see, I'm gonna use my cereal box. That's gonna be the body of my robot. So, I don't actually need to do anything to it. I can just close it up and it's good to go. I could tape the top, but looks like it's good. Now I need to make some arms. I'm gonna make some arms. Hey, I could make some arms like that. So I'm gonna take 2 of my pop cans and I'm gonna take some tape and I'm going to tape up 2 pop cans together. Hey look, I've got an arm. I'm gonna take my other 2 pop cans. I'm gonna get some tape and I'm gonna tape up these pop cans. Oh my goodness, it's really snowing outside. All right, I've got my arms. I gotta attach them somehow. I could use some tape. Should I attach them there? Should I attach them there? Well, my arms, shoulders, they come out like this. So I'm gonna attach them up here. Now, as you're doing this, I want you to be thinking about the shapes that you're using, okay? I want you to think about the shapes that you're using because if you remember all the way back at the beginning of the year, we started talking about 2D shapes, shapes that you can just see. Like, what's the shape of this cereal box right here? It's not a square, because it's got 2 long sides and 2 short sides. It's a rectangle. You got it, a rectangle, okay? But later in the year, like in the next little bit, or if we go back to school this year, then we'll be talking about 3D shapes, which means that shapes that you can pick up and you can feel like this that have what is called depth to them. So this is actually, this may be a rectangle, and that may be a rectangle, and that may be a rectangle, but all together they're called a rectangular prism because they go long like that, rectangular prism. Okay, that's what that one's called. And this here, my paper towel tube, what's the end there? What shape is that? It's a circle. But this isn't just a circle, it's a circle that goes a long way, so it's actually called a cylinder. Just like my pop cans here. Have a circle, they go a long way like this, it's called a cylinder. So as you're working on these, I want you to think about the shapes that you're using, okay? And talk about the shapes with your mom and dad or brother and sister who's working with you, and see if you can figure out what they all are and count up the shapes that you're using, okay? So, I'm going to attach my arms. I'm going to need 2 pieces of tape, I think. Maybe one on the front, one on the back. Like that. See if that works for my robots. Ooh, he's got an arm. Alright, gonna do another one on the other side. It's getting a little bit tippy. There we go. Attach it to the side, just like my arms are attached to my sides. Okay, hey, my robot has a body, and now it's got some arms. What do I need next? A head. I can put a head on my robot. Now what am I going to use for that? A soap bottle not gonna work. Oh, you know what? There's some salad in this. How about that for a head? That's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna use 2 more pieces of tape here. I'm gonna put tape on the back like this, so I can tape it down. You see there? Tape it down like that. And I put another piece on the front. You can't see me because my robot's in the way. I'm gonna put another piece on the front. Hold it up like this. And there we go. It's dripping a little bit of water because I rinsed out all this stuff when I was cleaning it and putting it in the recycle bin. That's okay. So now my robot's got a nice head. It's got some arms. It's got a body. What else could I give it? I could give it legs and stuff. Well, you know what I want to do though? I want to give my robot some hair. I know most robots don't have hair, but I think my robot deserves some hair. So I'm gonna take my ad here from Shoppers Drug Mart, and I'm going to pull it apart. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be sneaky. I'm gonna keep it all folded up, and I'm actually going to cut some hair. Watch how I do this. All right, so I'm gonna keep all these pieces all folded up like this. I'll show you. All right, so I've got 3 or 4 pieces of paper. 3 pieces of paper, looks like, all folded up. And I'm gonna cut strips. I'm gonna cut lines down like that. And we'll see. I'm gonna flip it around and do it like this. I'm not gonna cut all the way up. I'm just gonna cut up a little bit like that. And I'm gonna cut strips. All right, and once I've got almost all the way across, then I'm gonna be done. All right, I'm gonna finish there. I'm gonna cut the rest of that. So, I've got 3 pieces of paper like that. Does that kind of look like hair? Maybe a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna put my robot's hair on his head. Or it could be her head. I'm not sure. I don't know if this robot's a boy or a girl or what. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit of tape. And I'm gonna do something a bit tricky. I'm gonna take my piece of tape, and I'm actually gonna fold it like this. Fold it, and then fold it over. So now both sides are sticky. Both sides are sticky. So I'm gonna stick that to the top of my robot's head, and I'm gonna stick the paper hair right on top. What do you think? I think it's looking pretty good. I think it's looking pretty good. Now, I could add some eyeballs, I could add a nose, I could add a mouth. Do I have anything that could be used for eyeballs? I sure do. So I'm gonna cut out a couple of circles. Probably gonna need Mom or Dad's help with this one, because cardboard's a bit trickier to cut. There we go. Now for this one, you might be able to use glue to stick them on, but I don't have any glue, so I'm just gonna use my tape. I'm gonna use little pieces this time, because these are little. I don't need lots. I'm just gonna put tape on both sides, like that. And then I'm gonna stick it on. Woo. Be careful. There's one eyeball. Whoop. I'll move that tape over so I don't knock it over. And I get one more. I got tape on one side, tape on the other side. Fold it up like that. And there we go. How's my robot coming along? I think it's looking pretty good. So this is my recycle robot. And as I keep going, maybe I will add some extra things to it. Maybe I'll add some arms and things to some sort of fingers and hands and sorts of things. I could add some legs and stuff to it. Or if it's actually a robot, it doesn't have to look like me or you. It can look like whatever you want. You could build a dinosaur robot. You could build a dog robot. You could build a robot that has 100 arms. You could build a robot that has no head at all. You could do whatever you'd like. I would love to see your creations, okay? So, what I would like you to do today is I would like you to get out all kinds of different stuff from your recycle bin. And then check if it's recyclable. Make sure it is, so you know that you have it in the right spot, okay? Pull out stuff that you might think might be fun to use, and then get some tape or some glue and some scissors. Get some help from mom or dad or brother and sister or aunt and uncle or grandma and grandpa, whoever, so they can help you out. And then create your own recyclable robot. And then, as you're going, take a look at what shapes you're using. So I'm using rectangles, I'm using circles, I'm actually using cylinders. I've got circles for eyes that are actually cylinders as well. This is a crazy kind of rectangle here. I've got all kinds of different shapes and stuff in my little robot here, okay? That's what I want to see, and I'd love to see some pictures of your robots posted on our classroom, okay? So you can use the portfolio program on your phone, or, which would be really cool, is if you use the discussions forum on our website, that everybody can see your pictures. And we can all talk about everybody else's robots, and we can say how awesome they are, talk about the shapes they've got in them, that sort of thing, okay? So, until tomorrow, bye-bye!